जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत।
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दो।
My lord, if you thought that King Kohli innings was a masterclass, my god, you had to see what Gill did. Just reminded me of a film I saw 20 years ago called Gill To Pagal Hai, because he was going crazy. It was good, come on.
Okay. If you say so.
Okay, I got another one. What about Gill Hai Ke Manta Nahi? That's
Okay, better. Gill hai ki manta nahi is better. You know, whatever you score against him, he manta nahi hai. He's
That's
going to
right,
chase it
but
down.
also that was crazy what he's done today.
Absolutely.
That was just brilliant batting. Got 100, finished the game with a 6, won at Gujarat. Oh, they were already at the top, all on top. And because of that, Bangalore needed to win this game. They put 197 up. And of course, Shubman Gill with his century, 104 not out. How many times do you see like 2 centuries in the same game, opposing sides? I think this is only the second time that's happened.
I think it's the second time that's happened.
Yeah, so Klaasen and Virat. Oh, Virat again. It was Klaasen and Virat. That was their previous game, in fact. And today, Virat and Shubman. Well, every time Virat scores 100, somebody from the other team gets motivated as well.
I know.
But no, last time they were chasing, this time batting first. But anyway, here it is. Here's what the story is. Bangalore had to win today to qualify because Mumbai won the game earlier. They were both fighting for one playoff spot. And the good news for Mumbai is that they have qualified. The sad news for Bangalore is that they do not. It was always going to be something like this because Mumbai was up against number 10 on the table, Hyderabad, and Bangalore were playing against table toppers, Gujarat. In the end, Gujarat showing their class, showing the reason why they're on top. They lost a couple of wickets there, Joy, but it didn't matter because the way they were batting, the way Gill was batting on one end, they just never looked like they were in any trouble.
That's the point. That even when they lost wickets, and there was a bit of a flurry when Miller got out, Shanaka got out, Miller got out.
Shankar, so it was Shankar, Shanaka, Miller.
Yeah,
pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
You would have said that there's a little bit of panic, but Gill was standing at the other end. There was absolutely no panic. They were very calm about it, and I think it comes from a place of supreme confidence in what they do.
Yeah.
And what I've discovered is that I've been watching something for a while. So Hardik Pandya is following the MS Dhoni school of captaincy, which is make yourself redundant. He doesn't want to bat, he doesn't want to bowl. You see him, he didn't come into bat.
Yeah.
He didn't come into bat, he didn't bowl because he says, these guys will do it for me. When I really need to do it, I'll come and hit a couple of sixes or bowl a couple of overs. But it was amazing. What I loved about the entire performance was the fact that there was so much calmness. You see the shots of the dressing room, the dugout, they're all there, they're calm.
You're right. Polly, I think it's really good to pick up from what Joy is saying. Just acute self-confidence during that chase.
Yeah, very self-confident. I mean, they've got a decent side. They're already through. And we said that was the real worry for RCB is that they had nothing to lose. They were qualified already and that they'd come out and be carefree in many ways with their play. And it didn't look like they were under stress in any way. I mean, Shubman Gill, we see back-to-back hundreds for him as well. We're talking about Kohli and how he had done the feat. Now he repeats the dose. He gets back-to-back hundreds. And it was actually interesting when I was over there working in the studio. I was chatting with some guys in the coffee shop in the hotel. And I was saying to him, come on, who's the next best? Who's the next big man to come through? You've had Kohli, you've had Sharma. Who's the next one? And they were all in agreement that it was Shubman Gill. And they said for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years, he's going to be the man who's going to dictate terms. And you can see why everyone over there thinks that. I mean, he was superb and the chase was very comfortable. I mean, it's a great ground to bat on. We're not going to get away from that.
Yeah.
But they didn't seem like they were under any stress whatsoever.
That's right. He completely dictated terms today. And that's why Shubman Gill is our Omni-Gel relief and recovery performer of the match. And is there even any doubt about it, right? I mean, yes, of course, there's the Virat 100. But you've got 100 in a winning cause. He's done it, shepherded the innings, got about little more than half the runs for his team, and pretty much made everybody else around him a little redundant. have to give a shout out to Vijay Shankar, who had a good partnership with him. But even when Vijay Shankar was going at a run a ball, Shubman was batting in on some other planet.
Absolutely. I mean, if you see, Vijay Shankar really was about 110, 120th strike rate.
This guy was going at 200, even then.
Exactly. He got 15 in 4 balls and sort of made it up.
Yeah.
But the fact of it was, Gill kept that strike rate. He was at 170 plus from the start of the innings.
Yeah.
And that is something which is amazing. When everyone else is 8 sixes, 5 fours, everyone else looks as if they're struggling on this pitch. He's playing it absolutely. He looks as if he's batting on a different pitch.
Yeah, and obviously they lost Saha a little early, and the chase was a big one. But it's so interesting. This is the same Shubman Gill, Polly, that the Knight Riders let go a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at it, so it's 2 of them. Shubman Gill, they let go, and Rashid Khan, someone let go, and he picked up both of them, and they're thriving. They're going really well. I mean, what does he get it off 52 deliveries? He gets his 100. Virat got his off 61. So someone had to match the performance of Virat in the first innings, and he's done it and beaten it by 9 deliveries, which in the context of a T20 game is quite formidable. So brilliant performance from him. On regards to Shankar, I know you guys don't have casinos, but if there was a casino, I'd be going with him tonight, because those outside edges that kept going to the boundary worked the trick.
that's
Vijay Shankar tried very hard to get out. He tried very hard to edge to the keeper. I think they missed a couple of tricks as well. Somewhere Anuj Rawat, there was a 4 byes that went through. There was a couple that might just have gone to hand had he been a bit more agile. So, those are the kind of things that you see and you wonder that there were a couple of opportunities out there.
But no, Shubman, no opportunities there. Today he was just so fluid, and he's going up on the charts. So, he's going to end up with really record-breaking runs this season, he will, because they do have a couple of games more to play, bare minimum. So that was his century, his second one in this IPL. And that's 104, not out of 52, straight 200, 5 fours, 8 sixes, and he ensured that there was no dud for fans. Shubman Gill, our Omni-Gel relief and recovery performer of the match.
Yeah, and that also means that he goes straight to, he was batting on 576.
Yeah.
So he goes straight to 680.
Yeah.
And even though I think Faf was at 703 or 4.
700 plus, yeah.
Yeah, plus he got another 30, 40. It's not that much. He'll have about 70 runs to make up over at least 2 matches. Could be looking at the orange cap as well.
Can do. What did the Bangalore bowlers do today? Let's have a look at their bowling analysis and see how it ended for them. It has ended actually. That's it. Season is over. There you go. They used the 6 bowlers. Mohammad Siraj. He was fire today, wasn't he? It was great to see him. He was fire. Picked up those 2 wickets. Liked Harshal Patel as well, Polly. Some good deception there with his change of pace. He's got that dipping Yorker back again, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. And I mean, all those bowlers, it's a tough ask. I mean, when you look at economy rates, I think it should be different for the Chimaswamy, what's acceptable, because it's such a difficult place. The thing that surprised me actually when I watched it today was Bracewell. I would have thought that they're thinking no real left-handers in that top 5 or 6 for Gujarat Titans. So what part was he going to play with the ball? He was always going to be trying to come around the wicket, and it was going to kind of go into the right-hander's arc. So maybe selection-wise, they could have looked at a different kind of option to try and apply a little bit of pressure, because basically Bracewell was, even his deliveries were flat. It was a bit of a free hit of an over.
Also you have a situation like, I thought Parnell bowled really well in the first couple of overs. But there were so many edges that went, and that was the period. But what happens after that is, when you have a situation like that, your head tends to droop, because nothing goes to hand. Something's just going through the slip.
You get a little edgy.
And that's what I think that... it happened to them.
It's midnight. Come on.
Good Lord.
Give me my hashtag gag jokes. It's midnight.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
It is midnight.
So I shouldn't be doing these dad jokes. I should just quickly go, robot to the end, robot to the end. Yeah, you get a few edges here and there, and that day you just start feeling like it's not your day, right? Just kind of throws you off a little bit. But at the end of the day, we have Rohan Gavaskar on the Hindi show who says that's his favorite shot. He says it's great. You get the edge. There is no fielder to stop it. It's streaky, but it says it's 4, right? So you just get them. And Paulie, the thing is, you don't design your luck, but you must encash it.
Yeah, there's in this game of cricket, there's enough that goes not according to plan. So when you have those fortunate days and it's in the big game and you get to go and get a big score, you've got to enjoy it, because you're going to have other days where you absolutely middle it, and there's a brilliant catch taken at short cover or on the boundary, and you have to be on your way. But yeah, I think you would like to be middling a few more, to be totally honest. But I think you'll be better off for having got a decent score.
Well, listen, towards the end, he middled a few. There was one that pinged off the roof of Chinnaswamy and came. That was a good hit. Yeah,
that was proper.
Yeah, it really was proper. It's so interesting. You mentioned Rashid, not retained by Hyderabad, Shubman Gill, not retained by Knight Riders. Their captain, Hardik, not retained by Mumbai.
Yeah.
Right? So this Gujarat team really is a battered hearts and bruised egos kind of team.
Absolutely.
Right?
Point to proof team. We used to talk about point to proof 11. Their entire 11 is point to proof.
Yeah, and it's also great because in a way you see this team, and we talk so much about Chennai and the calmness that they have in their dugout. Probably Gujarat has shown us this now in 16 games last season. 30 games is a big sample size. They have repeatedly shown that. It just seems like home, so to speak.
Yeah, Ashish Nehra, Gary Kirsten weren't retained. They were let go, and they've also gone to take over Gujarat Titans.
That's true. All of them, actually, that entire coaching unit.
And who
Vikram Solanki.
Who let them go?
Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Telling you guys kept saying, I said it on the show yesterday, you guys kept saying that they have nothing to lose or nothing really to play for, non-motivated. Of course they'd be motivated because this entire support staff, just like players play against their former teams, I'm sure that support staff also gets motivated. And at the end of the day, it's up to the support staff to motivate the players. Not that this Gujarat team doesn't really need any motivation. They seem to be winning for fun right now. What has it ended with? They've ended with 10 wins now. 10 wins out of 14. This is is it one of the best seasons? 11, I think, is the best season.
11-3. Delhi was 11-3 in 2009.
Yeah.
11-3, I think, is the best.
This is formidable. Yeah. Paulie, this is a really good season. 20 points that they finished with, Gujarat. You'd have to say defending champions have not had the sophomore curse. They've not had the second season blues.
Yeah, we'll probably have to call them the Manchester City of the RPL at the moment. They've come back to back. But also have a look at their net run rate. It's +8, +0.8.
It's huge.
So not only have they been winning, but they've been winning in style. So they must go in with a lot of confidence. I mean, it's always a difficult part of the tournament now. You think over the last 10 days, they've already qualified for the first playoff game. And they haven't really had to deal with pressure. Yeah. And then all of a sudden at the back end, you go do or die, not in the first game, but obviously in the second. So at some stage, they have to face reality that they could get knocked out.
Yeah.
And that's the only different environment or curveball that gets thrown into the equation. But for the rest of it, they've been calm throughout this tournament and they've looked really good.
Yeah, I really like what you said about Hardik kind of modelling himself behind the Dhoni school of captaincy. Because you can tell that entire dugout, that entire setup is just seeming like that. It's seeming very like no fuss. Yeah, eliminator, qualifier, first game, last game. They seem to play all of them the same.
Exactly. And like Shanaka, he didn't get a chance to really bat the last time onwards. So he's at this position. We decided to give him a chance. We'll still give him a chance. Yeah. It doesn't matter. So we give him a chance. It doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. But we've given him that opportunity and maybe they'll stick to it. So I love the way that they stick to players, stick to people. They don't panic. Look, of course, it's better when you're 9 and,
When you're winning.
Yeah, it always looks better.
Life's great when you're winning.
But hey, they do it well and they've done it over 2 seasons. So this is no fluke.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Is any of you still thinking that? Because I would think that after a trophy, like a couple of games can be a fluke. A trophy is never a fluke, right? There's a lot you have to win in combat to get there. And if you are really cynical and thought that even a trophy was a fluke, I think after a season that ends with 20 points in the league stage with 10 wins and 4 losses.
And 1 loss to a 30-run final.
Yeah, that was just such an unlikely loss.
Okay, 1 more loss in Lucknow to remember. They had about 10 or 12 in the last over. They fumbled there as well.
Yeah.
They had 2 chases.
And against Delhi as well, a chaser. So are you saying they would have had 14?
They could have won 12. They could have easily won 12 games out of 14.
All right, let's not push it, right?
Yeah, but it's scary.
John's saying they could have easily had 28 points in the league stage. Yeah, but I think they're happy with 20. They're happy with qualifying tabletop. Tell you now who's not happy. It's Bangalore fans and the Bangalore team because, well, like every year, they made their fans believe there was a few performances that were just out of the world, and then there were just a few where you were like, where's everybody gone, right? And it's just the emotion that Bangalore gives you. It's a roller coaster. Yeah, it's a roller coaster. They do it. But this year, of course, the good thing that has happened for them right towards the end, Virat's coming into form. Now, I know Bangalore's not playing, but hey, India will keep playing. And India play a very important game in 2 weeks from now, the World Test Championship final. But the one worry, and I just bring that out because he took that catch, it was the Vijay Shankar catch, fell on his knee when he caught it, deep mid-wicket, right?
Yep, and
Fell on
Virat...
his knee, and he walked off. He does not walk off.
He does not walk. In a game like this,
Yeah.
he doesn't walk off. No, I agree with you. So that I hope we really, as Indian fans, we're just hoping and praying that it's all good for him.
Yeah, Polly, what did you... I mean, he limped off a little bit. You think just being, hopefully, fingers crossed, just being safe, right?
Yeah, it's, with a knee, and try and explain it to the viewers, is sometimes like with regards to your eye, if you get a poke in the eye, it tends to water and you can't kind of see out of it, and it recovers by a couple of hours later. It can be the same thing with a knee. Once you get that blow, it kind of just initially makes a bit of a flow of water into that area, but it can recover pretty quickly. So because it was on the outfield, I think he'll be okay.
Okay, that's it. Polly's word. I have taken Polly's word on it, and that's it. Matter closed. Next! Adjourned!
But more importantly, did you not hear the fireworks? Did the fireworks go off there in Mumbai? Could you guys hear it from the studio once they qualified?
Yeah.
I was hearing the fireworks in Durban behind you. You've let off a few fireworks before you walked into the studio.
Yeah.
We know, Polly. We've been
You were
watching
lucky.
you.
If I'd had a bit more time, I would have run upstairs and tried to find my Mumbai Indian shirt that I could have put on.
There's still time. It's only midnight. It's only midnight. Yeah. We have the time.
What's another half an hour for us?
Well, Mumbai play tomorrow, don't they?
Yeah, tomorrow. No.
Day after.
No, not day after.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Wednesday. Wait, everybody calm down. 1 second. We know it's Monday now.
Oh, yeah. First is the qualifier, then
it's
the
gone from
elimination.
Sunday to Monday.
Yes,
Tuesday will be the match between Gujarat and Chennai. Wednesday will be the match between Mumbai and Lucknow. Then there'll be a match on Friday and then the final on Sunday. Everybody okay? Everybody fine? Everybody fine. Everybody okay. Okay, let's do a season review for Bangalore. We're going to do that tomorrow as well, right? At 5 o'clock? But let's do it again because we've got Polly here.
Yeah, we've got Polly here.
Let's get Polly in on it. Polly, the season for Bangalore. Let's start with their batting.
Well, we mentioned at the start of the show, if you think of the teams that came in the last three, they were desperate for an opening partnership, desperate for someone to score some runs at the top of the order. RCB did that. We look at the record of Faf and Virat, and then that partnership, we look at the partnership with Faf and Maxwell. It was all brilliant, and even some decent contributions down the order. I suppose the only real concern was Dinesh Karthik didn't get to the form that we saw from him. But, you can't fault the batting. The batting's got to be 8 plus with regards to what they did, or even up as close as 9, because, most of the time they produced.
Yeah. I would go with, 8.5, 9, I would go easily because they've just, what else can the batting do?
Well, I guess the points that you're docking is only for the middle order, not. And that's what Captain Faf said after the game. He said, we know that there's a big hole in our middle order and we've not been closing out games. But there's only that much that Faf, Virat and Glenn Maxwell can do. They were all in the top 10. Run scorers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, Maxwell was around 13, he was 15. Maxwell was 15th, but Faf right at the top, Kohli in the top 5. Virat gets 200s, Faf gets 700 plus runs. They can't do any more.
Yeah, I'm saying 8.5, definitely, at least.
All right, excellent. So 8.5 from Polly as well, and 8.5 from you.
Yeah,
did you give it?
Happy.
All right, so they both give it 8.5. The bowling. Let's talk about the bowling. Mohammad Siraj, absolutely on fire, and I'll let you take it from there. Go on.
Nothing very much else to write home about. They've tried players. I don't think Harshal Patel bowled better today, but I don't think he had the season they were expecting of him.
Yeah.
Hasaranga also, they waited for him. He got into the side and then somehow he just fell out of favour. He again started well, didn't continue on that form. Shahbaz Ahmed got hit out of the attack, no longer a part of their plans. Vishak came in. So I think really two bright lights out there. The rest of them haven't really performed for me.
I mean, they had a bit of bad luck with left arm pace bowlers. There was Reece Topley got injured, David Willey got injured, then Wayne Parnell came. So they like the left-handers, but destiny does not like left-handers being there. I guess that's quite the odds. But yeah, Polly, for you, the bowling?
Yeah, was Hazelwood there as well?
Yep.
Yes, Hazelwood got injured as well. Went back.
I mean, if in all honesty, bowling perspective, it's a tough ground to bowl on. So we have to be a little bit wary of being too hard on them when they play at the Chinnaswamy. But all I've got to say is that look at their team. There was only one bowler who you kind of picked every match. That was Siraj.
Yeah.
The rest of them, kept chopping and changing. So you can't have a decent bowling performance when you've got guys and personnel changing as often as they did. And as you say, Hasaranga, who's there overseas, he didn't come good. So, I mean, at best, I would think I'd give them a 5.
Okay, a 5 for their bowling. What about captaincy? Well, it was split captaincy, right? There was Faf for most of the season. Couple of games, Faf was the impact substitute. So Virat captained those games as well. But what did you make of the captaincy?
I didn't actually mind the captaincy, to be honest with you, because I felt that Faf was in a very difficult position. In the sense that when you have a dominant guy who's like the go-to guy, being the captain for the longest time, who says, no, I don't want to captain anymore. But he's still a really strong personality.
Yeah.
So you've got to run the team and let him know that you run the team, but at the same time, you want to keep him motivated. So I think Faf did a very good job with that. Let's not forget, they may be eliminated today, but they've got 8 wins and lost 6. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's 16 points getting eliminated only happens because we have a 10-team league.
No, 14. They didn't win today.
Oh, sorry, they ended on 14.
So 7 and 7.
7 and 7, sorry, they ended on 14, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a decent season. 7 and 7 is not bad.
It's not a bad season.
It's not a horrible. It's not like some of the teams at the bottom of the table. They've really missed qualification by a whisker. They have
by 2 bad overs.
Yeah. For you, Polly.
Yeah, captaincy-wise, I mean, I always look at it from a performance perspective. I know we're talking about Hardik and the style of captaincy of Dhoni, where they're not really doing too much. But he was leading from the front. With the bat, he was absolutely brilliant. You could see even an injured Faf du Plessis was present. He was trying his best. The problem for captaincy is you're often determined by the bowlers you have. It's only your bowling attack that you really do captain. And the batters, they get on and do their job and you work behind the scenes. But on the field, it's the bowlers. And if you don't have a bowlers that can do a job and can string things together, you can be one of the best captains in the world. You've seen plenty of fantastic captains who can't get the team over the line because they don't have the personnel or artillery that they need in the bowling department. And that's what I would say. So for me, I'd probably give Faf a 7.
I completely, yeah.
Okay, so 7's there. What about management? We had Mike Hessen, Sanjay Bangar. What do you make of them?
I mean, the management stories before that. I mean, how could they let go of Chahal is where, I think those decisions are coming back to haunt them. I don't think they've taken any big decisions, really big decisions this time, which has worked out for them, nor have they taken terrible decisions. It's just that the cards that they had a whole string of injuries with their fast bowlers. But otherwise, it's been a reasonably stable squad. They're like colourless to me. They've neither looked really good nor the other way around. So I'd say a 5.
So you rate them a vanilla?
Yeah, they're
That's
vanilla. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get it. Colourless, tasteless. Actually, I like vanilla. Vanilla's nice. Vanilla's not bad. Shaun, for you?
Yeah, when you think of management, you do think that behind the scenes, they've got to be getting more out of Kartik. They've got to be getting more out of the bowlers. They've got to be coming up with different game plans. From the Chinnaswamy experience, I haven't seen anything different over the last 3, 4, 5 years. There's no new game plans. There's no different way of doing things. And somehow you've got to come up with something. If you're the home team on that ground, you've got to be coming up with different tactics of how your bowlers can be effective and be better than the opposition who rock up. And for me, I didn't see enough of that.
Okay, so numbers, gents.
We said 5, I think.
You said 5 as well? Have you said 5, Polly?
I'm happy to go with whatever Joyce says on this one.
5.
Excellent. So that's 5. Bring it up. Let's see it. Well, there you go. 8.5, 5, 5, and 7. I'll just tell you, the batting mark is basically on the back of Faf and Virat. Faf and Virat have totaled up to about some 1,300, 1,400 runs, right, between them. In 14 matches, that's about 100 runs each.
Yeah.
If the team gets 180 or 200, two guys are getting you half the score, right?
Yeah, and
all the time.
So also paradoxically, this is what happens. If you remember India at one time, one of the reasons their middle order wasn't good was because
1, 2, 3 were getting all the wins.
1, 2, 3 were getting all the
yes.
runs.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to have opportunities to bat as well, and therefore you're going to. So there's so much in the shade of their top three that it tends to fall off after that.
I think that's what when Fab says our middle order is a gaping hole, the middle order will say, "But you never give us a chance, Captain. Give us a chance. Let us go out and play." All right. Well, this is how the cookie has crumbled. It has taken the last league game to decide the fourth qualifying spot, but it's finally done. And it took rain. Rain tried to dampen everybody's spirits, literally and figuratively, but they didn't win because at the end we got a 20-over game. And it was Gujarat who was the winner. So Gujarat and Chennai, Gujarat eliminated Bangalore and ensured that Mumbai gets in. So, basically Hardik's done his old team a favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
All of Mumbai would be saying Hardik, Hardik today. All
just so that the support staff does not do their old team a favor. So that's the beauty of the IPL. Everything is so mixed up. All the lines are so crossed. All the wires are so crossed that helping one guy, you're not helping another, you're pushing one down the hill. Yeah, all of that is happening. All right, so, gents, quick call. Who's playing the final? Come on, quickly, instinctively.
I'd say Gujarat at this current form.
And the two people have to play a final.
I'll say Gujarat, Chennai.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I'll go Gujarat, Chennai.
For you, Polly?
Yeah, I think Chennai are going to be very difficult to beat in that first qualifier. So I think they're actually going to go through. I think the team to be careful of is Mumbai. I mean, their batting prowess is really firing. And if they keep chasing, the teams are going to be very beware of them. I think Lucknow, I'm feeling like bowling-wise and batting-wise, they're kind of lacking. So I think it will be Chennai to the final, Gujarat play Mumbai in the final eliminator. And with that being an arm in the bud, I'll go back to Chennai, Gujarat.
Okay. I'll explain to you how Polly answered my question. Just like that. It's just
round and about.
But he came back.
He came back. Just took the long route. Took the long route round, but he's reached exactly where we are. All right, well, that's it, right? Is that it? We have your joy factor question, which we asked some 16 and a half hours ago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the one to go.
Where is it?
Which test record is shared by Joe Root, A.B. de Villiers with Viv Richards, Gautam Gambhir, Virendra Sehwag and I think Mominul Haq, all in second place, in joint second place, or joint third if you say
just
those
doing a half butterfly if I may.
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely. And the answer is most consecutive 50s in test matches.
Oh, wow.
So Joe Root and AB have got 12 each for the longest time. And Sehwag had a run in, I think, 2008 where he got 11. And I think Gautam had one the next year where he had 11. So they got 11 half centuries in consecutive test matches.
Pretty cool. Let's see who got the first correct answer in. Come on, bring it up. Space Gobbler.
Okay. Space Gobbler has answered before, and now I know why he said Space Gobbler, because apparently there is a star which gobbles up its planets. So all stars basically gobble up planets because, after that's why the Space Gobbler.
What did the supergiants do? I just heard that.
Okay.
It's like what? Cricket. What?
So stars go supernova.
Okay.
And once you go supernova, you basically become larger and you pull your planet out of its gravity and pull it into yourself.
Nice.
So you gobble up your planet.
Get it, but I like it. So stars are basically gobbling everybody else around. So it's like Bollywood.
Yeah, it's perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, you're there. You're absolutely
there. You go. It's the star system, man. You don't mess with the stars, okay? Just gobble you up. All right, Space Gobbler obviously gobbled up everybody else and got the correct answer in first. So therefore, gobbles up our prize as well, our grand prize. Oh no, that's been gobbled up as well. Oh, so sorry, Space Gobbler. Sorry. Some other star got to it before you did. I wonder who. All right, that's all we have time for. So we're going to scoot, but we're going to see you tomorrow or later today, Monday, whichever part of the world you're in. Monday, 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We're going to be here for a league stage review. Look at these, 70 games gone by. Yeah, the last 6-7 weeks, it feels like eternity. But yeah, we're going to look at that. There's going to be Harsha, Joy, and me. I don't know why I'm looking like such a gladula in this picture. This is a horrible picture. Change it now, or I shall have your heads.
I like the way they removed it immediately.
Yeah, they know who's the star here. I'll gobble him. I will. All right. Before the internet guys gobble up the Lee's line, which has us connected to Shaun Pollock, because we didn't have it for these many hours. A big thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, Polly. Loved it when you were here in person. Obviously not as much when you were not here, because we miss your company.
Exactly.
That's why. Miss your company. Miss it.
I miss you too, guys. I miss you too.
So we'll see you soon then, all right? That charcoal painting is still not up, but it's okay. That's fine. I get it. I made a charcoal portrait of Shaun Pollock. It's a long story. Make a reel and tell you.
Not tonight, Gaurav. Not tonight.
Make a reel.
Not tonight.
Make a reel someday and tell you. My heart will... No, stop it. Big thank you to Joy Bhattacharjya. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
At 5.
League stage review. We'll do a quick 1.5 hour, 1 hour, 45 minute show.
Yeah, I like the words quick and 1 hour, 45 minutes together. They sit very well together.
It's quick because it'll go like you feel like, oh, but they just started and they're done already. That's what we do. Look at it. It's 12:40 now. I'm Gaurav Kapur. This was Cricbuzz Live. It was great fun bringing you these shows in through the entire league. We still have playoff week to go. So there's a lot of action coming up in the next 7 days. But thank you so much for watching. A big thank you from all our crew and a big thank you to all our crew. That's exactly what they're here for, just to clap. They do nothing else. I shall put them in their little boxes now. Lock them up. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Good night. Bye-bye.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दो